So as always, we start standing. Find a nice, comfortable position with your feet set hip width apart. Stand up nice and tall. Lift those shoulders, roll them back, pull them down, and hold them here. Focus on the strength in your body right now. From behind your belly, draw strength. Now tuck your tailbone under, just an inch to bring that lumbar spine into alignment. I want you to inhale and lift the arms. Relax the shoulders at the top. Exhale and lower the arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Take your chin, tuck it to your chest, and then roll yourself down. Roll all the way down to the floor, as far as you can go, and then reverse and roll up. Curling through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Let's do that again. Nod the chin, roll down. Slow and steady, use your hands on your legs if you need to. And roll up. Slow, keep that chin tucked in, curling through every single vertebrae until you get to the top. Good. Have we still got volume? Can everybody hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, perfect. All right, so standing here, just want you to think about the pads underneath your toes. Make sure that you spread the weight evenly through those toes. Focus in your belly. Look at something and concentrate, and lift up the heels. Equal pressure through those pads. Try not to favor the outside or the inside of your foot. And lower. And lift. And lower. Let's do that one more time. Lift. Can you get just a little higher? And lower. Good job. Okay, standing exactly where you are. I want you to sit back, sinking those hips back, dropping the bottom down, and then standing tall and squeezing the glutes. Drop and sink. Stand and squeeze. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you lower. And relax. Take the feet nice and wide. Slide your body weight across to the right side, making sure that everything from your waist goes backwards. You can support on that knee if you like. Breathe in here. Exhale and switch sides. One breath, one move. We're warming up those inside thighs. As you start to feel a little warmer, you can maybe add a little more distance between your feet and go a little deeper in that lunge. And relax. Find the middle. Drop your chest down, lowering your chest, and see if you can get your elbows on the floor. And relax. We're going to come down to all fours. So in your all four position, I want you to brace and make a nice strong quadruped. So your hands are under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and your belly is drawn strong. Make sure that you don't move your body at all when you lift up the limbs. We're aiming to lift an arm and a leg the opposite each time. If it's too much, reduce it to one arm and one leg, either or. So, nice big strong brace. Don't let anything shift through the body. Extend your right arm and your left leg. So when we extend out, they're still on the floor. So you're reaching as long as you can. Bring them in, extend them out. In and out. Exhale on the out. So I want you to try and focus on keeping the rest of your body super quiet. It doesn't move a millimeter. Just that arm and leg. Let's hold it out and lift it up and down, up and down. When we go up, really in line with your body is as high as we want to go. Keep breathing. Hold it up so it's nice and long and straight. Now bring the elbow and the knee to meet under the body and then extend out. And relax. Lower the leg and arm, slide them in, drop down for child's pose. Come on back up. Set up ready for the other side. Quadruped, nice and strong. Other arm, other leg. Extend out, slide. They stay on the floor. And slide in. And out. And in. Good. Making sure there's no movement through that body. Try to keep a nice, straight, long spine. Hold it out. Up and down. Lift, lower. Try and equalize where the body weight is so that it is equally between the knee and the hand that are on the floor. Hold it up. Now bring them in to meet underneath the body. Elbow to knee. Reach and extend. Last one. Lower, slide in, child's pose. Awesome job. Let's come over to your bottom. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is sit with the legs in front, nice and straight. Arms are reaching forward from the shoulders. Just want you to lower yourself back halfway from here to the floor, or as far back as you can. If you get to here and that's enough for you, stay here. Otherwise you want to aim for about halfway. And hold and breathe. You're trying to make sure that the work stays on the front side of the body. So if you feel anything in your lower back, I want you to sit up a little bit further and take that strain off. Keep squeezing at the front. Now take a breath in. Open to the side and exhale. Into the center, breathe in. Open to the other side, exhale. Center, open. Center, open. Center, one more each side. Find the center, lift up, spine stretch forward, rounding of that upper back, and releasing the weight forward, feeling that little pull in your lower back. Okay, sitting up tall. We're going to roll down, roll up. You need to make sure that this one is slow, steady, and controlled. If you struggle from getting up from the bottom, place a little rolled up towel in the small of your back to give your lower back something to press against before the floor is actually there. From here, drop your belly button in, through, and start to curl down through your spine. Nice and slow and steady, we get to the bottom. Arms go above the head. And then we lift the arms, the head, shoulders. Roll and curl. Using every little bit of that tummy. Sit, stop at the top, and reverse roll down. So imagine somebody's got a piece of string. They're pulling you up to the ceiling to try to help you to get up. Anybody wants to make these a little harder? You know what you need to do. You're going to super glue your biceps to your ears. Don't let them leave you. And come up with your arms. Make sure you exhale the air on the way down. Inhale at the bottom. And then exhale on the way up. And they should start to get a little harder each time as we begin to tire. At the top, drop forward, spine stretch. And relax, we're coming back to the elbows. So, again, working with extended limbs, bending the limb is your easiest, quickest option to make something easier. Always ensuring that we are fully engaged at the front side of the body to keep the back safe. Draw one knee to the chest, switch it for the other. I will take you up through the levels. Anytime I've gone too far for you, you're going to just drop to the one we were doing before. Let's switch them a little quicker. There is a heel tap on the extended leg. Focus behind the belly button and draw strength. Next level, no heel tap, same movement, but the leg doesn't get that rest. And the hardest version, it is a big jump. Both legs out, one leg in, no rest on the floor. Keep pulling that belly button in to keep it in the front side of the body. And relax, rest the legs, come off the elbows, all the way down, and then hug the knees to the chest. Release one leg, keep a hold of one knee, and bring the head and shoulders up off the floor, and look at the knee you have a hold of. All 10 toes are pointed. Really strong on that leg on the floor as we do a double knee pull, double exhale. So switch the knees with a little double breath. Begin. The whole time we're pulling down through that belly button. Now look, I'm going to show you an option. Remember what I said about not having the legs straight if it's too much. It's the easiest way to reduce the intensity. Keep the chin tucked, and if even that gets too much, switch the legs with one hand and hold the back of the head with one hand. Or you could come to this option here, resting the head on the floor. Last one, and relax. Okay, let's do a nice little exercise for the legs. Legs come up to the ceiling. They're side by side and as straight as possible. Don't worry if your legs are bent. Turn your toes out so you have Charlie Chaplin feet. Now this might already feel like work. We get that rotation coming down through the legs, passing through the knees, down into the hip joints. If you press your legs, you can feel that they're already working a little bit. Nice big exhale and point the toes really strong. And now inhale and flex. Point, exhale. Inhale, flex. Keep that going with your breathing pattern now. On the point and the flex, I just want you to take that extra few seconds to really exaggerate the movement. We're breathing nice and deep. We're flushing blood to those muscles. And relax. Bring the toes together and then release and bend the knees. Next exercise is the corkscrew. To stabilize if you need to, your hands can go a little wide. If you want to work a little harder, keep them closer to your body. And on the corkscrew, the movement we make with the legs, you can start off small and then make the movement bigger to challenge yourself. We want to keep this isolated through the abdominals. So legs go up to the ceiling. A little bit of a point with the toes. Don't worry too much. We're focusing on the tummy more than anything. And I want you to do 2.5 circles in a coil, like a corkscrew. So we get a little bigger each time we stop. And then we go back, down through the corkscrew. Find time to breathe. Have a little experiment with it. Try the arms nice and close. And try a bigger movement and see how much that challenges the abdominals. If that's too much, stay nice and stabilized. And stay with those circles more on the tiles on the ceiling. You can tell I'm in the basement, tiles on the ceiling. And relax. Bend the legs, hug the knees. Okay, double leg stretch. We take the head and shoulders off the floor. From in a little ball position, we're just going to extend the arms and legs, and the angle of which you choose to do that is up to you. The lower you go, the harder it will be. Extend the arms and the legs. Bring the arms around the body, around the side, draw in, back into that ball. Extend, around and in. Exhale on the extension. Inhale to reset. Now you can go really low if that challenges you and you want that, or you can just take that leg extension for what it is and keep it high. As always, if you're getting too much pressure in that neck, take one hand, take the pressure off the neck. It's all good. Let's do 3 more good ones. And relax, good job. Just give those knees a little bit of a circle here. And the other way. Relax. Pop your feet on the floor, hip width apart, 6 or 8 inches from your bottom. Take the hands up at the side of the head. Extend your right leg. And then take your right hand and reach down the side of your left thigh. Reach nice and long. And then lower the leg and lift the leg. You stop when the knees get the same height. Lower and lift. Now look, if it's too much, bend the leg. We can still do the work, reducing the intensity. Use a breath every time you find that hard work, blow the air out. Now, whenever we get the leg moving, we forget about that reach across the body. So I want you to reach a little further. Push those fingertips into that inch that's beyond the fingertips. And relax. Come back to the middle. Set up and prepare for the other side. Other leg out. The same arm as the leg. Bringing it across the body in a nice strong reach. Now lower the leg. Foot is flexed, heel is coming down towards the floor, and then we lift it, stop when the knees are level. Nice fluid movement through that leg. Try not to have any part where it flings. We've got the leg moving, so maybe we can reach a little stronger. Push those fingertips and get more reach from that cross body. Good, keep going, last couple. And relax. Take onto your back, hug your knees. Okay, legs are out, outstretched. We're going to come into an inversion pose. It's a great one for your legs, great one for your spine. And your abdominals get the work on the way in and out. So really a good all-round one. I will give you options. I think most of you are going to be okay with this one. So the main thing here is remember that option of bending the legs to reduce the intensity. Straight legs if you can, bent if you need to modify. Lift your legs to the ceiling. Now lift the legs over the head into pike. Here I want you to take the feet wide and flex the feet. See if you can get your toes down towards the floor and then release. So you start to lower your hips, keeping the legs flexed. You lower your legs. At the bottom, you bring them together and you point. You lift the legs, lift to pike, go wide, flex and lower. If any of this is too much, it could look more like this, with a roll and a push and some bent legs. Do the best you can. Couple more. Really try and keep that slow release. It's going to work those abdominals as they come out of the muscle. And relax. We're coming on to your side. I'll give you lots of variations on this one, so you can work as hard as you want. We will be on our side. Make any extra padding or comfort things you might need to do. Sometimes you need something under your hip. Engage your glutes and push your hips forward. We're in a nice straight line with the body, abdominals engaged and glutes active. Bend the bottom leg. This is your easier option. If you want to work a little harder, then leave both legs straight. You need to lift your hips from the floor, coming into side plank. Remember, if you've got that bottom leg bent, yours may well look like this. Make sure, whichever version you've chosen, your glutes are engaged and your hips are pushing forward. We're going to thread the needle. Look up at those fingertips. Bring them forward, around, slow and steady. Underneath the armpit, push it back as far as you can, and then slowly release. Coming back to where we started. There's just two more, and they're this slow. Slow, slow, slow. Push it underneath the armpit as far back as you can. And then undo that curl. We've got one more. Slow and steady wins the race. Hold it here. We're going to dip the hips 3 times. Drop the hip to the floor. Tap, lift. Tap, lift. One more. Tap, lift, and relax. Good job. Demanding little sequence, especially on that shoulder. Builds a lot of upper body strength. Okay, I want you to lie on your side. Your palm on the floor is up to the ceiling. And your spare hand is going to come up and over, and the palms come together. Now here we've got lots of body contact, and so we're not wobbly. We want to remove as many of those points of contact as we can apart from your hip and the side of your waist that's on the bottom there. So lift the legs and lift the arm. You should start wobbling a little bit, and then you want to focus on your tummy to stabilize that wobble. If you have found that you got to here and you're not wobbling, then you are balancing on your butt cheek and you need to get off. So you want to come back onto that side. Moving is almost inevitable for this move. It's so hard to actually limit anything and hold steady. And relax. Let's switch sides. Come over. Make those adjustments. Any extra comfort is good. Take it if you need it. Make sure that your glutes are engaged, your hips are forward, and that you look down your body, you're in a nice straight line. We don't want to start the whole thing from being in a zigzag, because we haven't got everything engaged. Take that bottom knee bend if that's where you need to be. And if you want a little more challenging, 2 legs straight. Lift and come to side plank. So here we can really feel that lower oblique working. Obviously a lot of core, shoulder, the legs. Look up at the fingertips and thread the needle. Follow your fingertips with your eyes. Your arm comes forward, then it bends. It comes underneath, it pushes back underneath your armpit, and then slowly back to the front. Good. 2 more times, slow and steady. Try not to hold your breath until it's finished. Breathe through the movement. And hold it here. We've got those 3 hip dips. Drop the hips, tap, 1, lift, 2, lift. Last one, 3, and lift. Good. Relax. All the way down, arm out, palm up. Spare arm comes over, palms are together. We're nice and straight. Now lift the arms and the legs. It should make you instantly wobbly. If you're not moving much, it could be that you have still got your bottom arm on the floor. See if you can get it up and off so that you start to wobble around. And relax. I want you to roll onto your front. Okay. We're going to work the back side of the body for a little while. When we think about the core, we often think that it just means the tummy, and it doesn't. It's everything from your shoulders to your hips in a whole full round of your body, okay? Place one hand on the floor, the other hand on top, and then for the exercise, your chin or your forehead should be resting. I may be looking at you, but I want you to remember that chin down is where you need to be. Relax the upper body. Point the toes, engage the glutes, and lift the legs. Now, this does not mean I want your legs right up in the air. Don't think height, think length. Squeeze those glutes, point the toes, have your legs as strong as you can. We've got a lot of squeezing going on in the glutes, lower back, lower abdominals. Keep the toes pointed. Now, squeeze your heels until they come together. You should now feel inner thighs, your adductors. We're going to switch between the adductors and the abductors, so inside, outside thighs. 3 beats of the heels here, and then 1 wide position with the legs. 3, 2, 1, wide. 3 little beats of the heels, wide. Breathe. Trying to keep the toes pointed, trying to keep the legs lifted. Everything working super hard. Remember to rest that head. Last one. And relax. Let's take the pressure off that lower back. Hands come to the chest. Push yourself away from the floor and drop into child's pose. Little bit of relief. Giving you this rest because we are in the same position for the next one. Okay, coming forward to the belly. If you've never done flight before, have a little look this way while I set you up. You'll be in a dorsal raise. So we'll be lifted chest and legs. The arms will be long and strong and pulling down away from your ears and your shoulders. We rotate the palms to rotate the arms. That rotation wants to come all the way up into the shoulder socket, not just the wrist. And we don't want the scapula, so it's not a shrug of the shoulders. We're going to breathe out for 5 and in for 5, and I'll count to 100. Somewhere about 80, your arms may not feel like yours. Keep going, because that's where it counts. Don't give up. Halfway through, I will simply say lift as a reminder to you to lift your dorsal raise a little higher, because once we have got everything else going, it will have softened. Okay, are you ready for flight? Dorsal raise, lift arms long and strong. Rotations, 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out. Begin. Lift. And relax. Good job. Take those hands by your chest, push away from the floor. Bring yourself all the way back into child's pose. Bring those arms in nice and narrow so you get a stretch for the backs of the arms where we were just working. I want you to walk your hands to the side of your body, bringing a nice side stretch into this child's pose. Now slowly walk those hands through the center and to the other side. And from that side, walking all the way through to the front, walking them forward and lowering your hips, but keeping your chest lifted. Good, and relax. Coming back onto your bottom. So, next move will be the teaser. Now let's do open leg rocker. So starting sitting up, I want you to extend the legs out as straight as you can get them, grabbing underneath the knees. Now, big focus on your tummy here. Just want you to roll back and then roll up. Roll back and roll up. Trying to keep those legs nice and straight. Just trying to round the lower back as you come down. So you drop the belly button in. You allow for a little bit of a rounding of your lower back. Good. Now you can stay with this version, or you can add some extra intensity to this one. You can grab a little further down your legs, and you can roll a little further back. Stay with that easier option if you need to. Try not to let your legs bend as you come up. Your body will cheat if you let it. And relax. Good job. We're going to go teaser. So lifting the upper body and the lower body at the same time. I'm going to give you lots of options, okay? Here's the hardest version first. Arms up, legs come up together. If that's too much, try a single leg. Just alternate. And if that's too much, you could try bringing the legs up bent. And maybe a single leg and alternate. Another version, arms can be wide, and then as you come up, you've got your hand placement on the floor to be able to help and assist. Whatever you need in order to get up in the most powerful, strong way possible that is safe for your body. Feel the strength, feel the work, keep it on the front side. Last two, make them good ones. And relax, awesome job. You can give those knees a hug into your chest just to ease off that back. Another great exercise, this one is for the backs of the legs. One leg out, one leg up. Take a hold of that leg, don't interlock the fingers, and try not to grab on the joint of the knee because you'll just encourage it to bend. We want above or below if you can't reach. Head and shoulders are up and lifted and strong. All 10 toes are pointing, and the leg on the floor is working too, it's pressing. So we pull that leg towards your chest and switch with one long breath. Give it time to press into the floor and switch. And switch. 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 And relax. Press back, hug the knees. Place your feet on the floor, hip width apart, 6 or 8 inches from your bottom. Then simply lift your hips coming into bridge. Trying to get a nice straight line from your shoulders to your knees so there's no drop and sag at the waist. Squeezing those glutes to lift the hips up nice and high. So you can totally leave your arms on the floor here to stabilize, or if you want a little bit more of a challenge, bring them off the floor, palms come together to point to the ceiling. We simply extend the lower part of the right leg out. Doesn't come up, it just goes out, pushing through the heel and switch. And switch. Slow, steady switches so that you've got time to ensure that you have the balance and the control. If it's too much with the arms up, simply pop them back down. Just having that more support from the backs of the arms will go a long way to making this a more controlled, effective exercise. The knees stay the same height the whole time as you extend those lower limbs and switch through the tummy to find balance. Use your breath. Okay, let's get back to one leg out. Now lift the leg. Knees the same height, lift the leg. Knees the same height, lift the leg. We're just holding it up and then moving that leg up and down. Last one. Switch legs. Obviously, you don't have to have your hands up. They can be on the floor. And go. Leg up and lower. Last one. Lower the leg, bend it, lower the hips, and draw the knees into the chest. Okay, always save the best till last. Pilates 100 to finish. So lots of options. Again, if you're not sure really what happens with these, quick run through for you. Head and shoulders will be lifted. In all cases, chin will be tucked. If you need to take the pressure off the back of your head, simply pop one hand behind the back. Oh God, what are you doing here? Go, away. Okay, I suppose it was inevitable sooner or later. All right, arms are reaching down the side of the body. You can have your legs extended. We'll be beating the palms, the air underneath those palms. If it's too much with the legs, you can lift up the height of the legs, you can bend them, you can even pop them on the floor. Whatever it takes to get through where we spend this last little time pumping. The pumping, we want the blood flooding around the body. All right, 100. Into position, head and shoulders lifted, arms long and strong. Extend or choose your legs and begin. 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out for 100. You're halfway, come on, strong. And relax, awesome job, well done. Whew. Place your hands loosely on top of your knees and start a small circle in one direction. Nice and gentle. If you experience anything other than mild discomfort, please stop. Gradually make that circle bigger if it feels okay. Hold it there, circle the other way. Should feel really good for your back. Excellent, find the center. I want you to release one leg, let it go. You've still got a hold of one knee, take the opposite hand and grab the outside of that knee and then pull it across your body, all the way across until the knee comes right over to the floor. It's going to give you a nice spine twist. And then if you want to add on a little bit more, take that spare arm, reach it away from you and turn your head that way. Slowly release and roll yourself onto your back. Switch those legs, take the other arm, grab the outside of that knee, pull it all the way across until it lowers down to the floor. Find somewhere comfortable. And then add a little extra stretch and reach if you want. Awesome. Roll onto your back. In a nice tight ball, take a hold of your toes. Now extend your legs as straight as you can, keeping a hold of your toes. Feel that pull in the backs of the legs. Bend, breathe in, exhale, and extend. Keep going. All right, we're going to extend the legs. We're going to rest the head on the floor. And we're going to let the legs fall open. Feel that pull on the insides of your thighs. And relax, bring them in, cross them, and then roll up to sitting. Place your hands just behind your hips and roll your shoulders back, opening out through the chest. Let's nod the chin to the chest. And then lift the chin all the way to the ceiling. And relax, come to the center, take a nice big deep breath in. Arms lift, and then we reach over to one side, stretching out the side of the body. Breathe in, come to center. Exhale, over, and reach, nice side of the body stretch. And up to the center. Palms come together and we finish. Awesome job. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm assuming you guys did great. You can always come back to me and let me know how you think it went, etc.